Ankle, sorry. Which ankle did you injure?
This
All
injury.
right, perfect. I'll do that side. So when we talk about cross ankle locks, there's kind of like two variations of cross ankle locks we can talk about. There's one variation that attacks more the ankle, and this is like more the traditional side ankle lock where we turn side on and we only attack the ankle. And there's a second variation where we look to take the heel a lot more shallow, so it's almost like a wedge lock, right? It is a wedge lock pretty much. And what this does, this puts more outside heel hook pressure. Just relax your knee, good. Outside heel hook pressure, and it's pretty much me doing an outside heel hooks. Outside heel hook, because I'm lifting the heel in one direction and I'm using my knees to turn the knee in the other direction. So all the pressure actually goes on the LCL and the ankle rather than just the ankle. So we're gonna look at both variations today, but it's important to understand the difference in between the two. So initially, we're gonna be in 50-50. My opponent's gonna lock his ankles, and we're gonna look at the skill of unlocking his ankles. So just trying to push, pull anywhere isn't gonna be very efficient. So you always wanna think about grabbing at the end of the lever. So from here we C-grip the arch of the foot, and the other hand comes in deep and grabs the heel. We fall towards the back, pushing and pulling, and now we can go either attack the heel, or if my opponent points his foot, we take an Achilles grip, and we start attacking from here. Now, anytime you're finishing a cross ankle lock, you wanna turn onto your inside hip. This is the best finishing position. If you get stuck on this hip, it's gonna be extremely awkward to get the break because your opponent can put his foot on the mat. So we're gonna practice turning our body and getting side on towards them. Now, the key with this is getting inversion, which is side bend in the foot. If you extend your body and get this, you're never gonna tap anyone good, right? The foot is very flexible here, but not very flexible when you start inverting it. So from here, we think we're going towards our stomach. We're gonna turn our body and throw our elbow in deep so we catch the side of the foot. See, I'm turning side on and I catch the side, and now this is perfect. Now from here, I can think about back heeling, really focus on pinching my top knee so you can't turn me, and then turning and lifting from here. And when I do this, I'm applying direct pressure to the side of the foot. If I'm a little bit deeper, you'll feel like you don't really get the angle. So really emphasize like losing the foot a little bit, turning your body and catching the flap. So you can even see how I'm bridging towards the side of the foot. From here, take your thumb up high, pinch your elbow down, and just continue to rotate and extend. You get a very tight finish. So once again, different angle. We're looking at cross ankle locks today. We'll talk about more setups later. I unlock the feet. I'm trying to go for the heel hook, but he turns. So I really emphasize turning onto my hip and then adjusting, getting the finish. Think about loosening up my grip and getting my elbow through all the way. I want to turn my body so I catch the side of his foot. If I extend from here, I'm causing just foot extension, which I don't want. I want sideways bend. So I turn my body slightly, and my elbow comes through, and I kind of catch him in this position here. And now just a little crunch should be enough to get the finish. That makes sense? Yeah? All right, let's go. 3, 2, 1. Cheers. So now we're gonna look at the second variation of cross ankle lock. So we're gonna talk about more setups from here next, but the second variation is kind of like an outside heel hook pressure, but you're gonna set it up by the cross ankle lock. So from here, just have your opponent relax a little bit. We'll talk about more specific setup later, but the key is I need my opponent's knee turned in a little bit slightly. If the knee is open, just like a heel hook, it's gonna be very hard going for this wedge lock, but it's easier going for the cross ankle lock. So we're gonna assume for now, maybe we're on a back and we have his knee turned in shallow. The main thing from here is about getting his foot as shallow as possible. For the other cross ankle lock, we want it to be elbow deep and catch the side of the foot. For this one, we actually want the heel to be protruding slightly onto our rib cage. So it's kind of like an outside heel hook. We're really focused on pinching those toes in our armpit and our elbow and forearm coming up high. And now notice his knee position. Now I can even break with one leg. So see how I'm gonna lift and see how his knee is turning this way. As I do this, I focus on back heeling my leg and then turning my knee down towards the mat. I get an outside heel hook pressure. Right? Understand this and the similarities between a normal outside heel hook. This is pretty much the exact same pressure. I'm lifting the heel as I drive the knee in one way. It's the same thing, just from a cross ankle lock, right? So really emphasize going shallow on the foot, pinching the toes, and then catching the heel. Lock two hands, shrug nice and high, connect yourself towards his leg by back heeling, and now you can use your knees to turn as you lift like so. So we're gonna be here, we're gonna get the foot shallow. So you can do a motion where you're using your hand to push the shin through and go as shallow as possible, almost like you're losing him. You're pinching and you're lifting and you're raising your arms high. And now if you just extend and bridge, you have to have a lot of pressure. So the main thing is about back heeling with your legs as high as possible and using your knee to turn as you crunch for that finish. That makes sense? It's a little bit. You're gonna do that. So you're aiming to get the foot like a heel hook and rotate it. So you're gonna lift. And as you lift, you turn your knee as well. Yeah. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Just so you know, the number one defense to any type of ankle lock is putting your foot on the mat. If you put your foot on the mat and you try extending, sometimes you can't get the finish from here, but against someone good, it's not gonna work and you're gonna exhaust a lot of energy. So we need other options from here. So from here, we're gonna think about transitioning towards a different type of 50-50. So I'm gonna unlock my legs, hide my heel, and pivot out towards the side and get towards a position like this. We call this open 50 or 70-30, this position here. And now we have a bunch of options. From here, we're gonna go into a belly down heel hook, and we could attack the heel. This is great. But against someone who's a little bit better, what they always start doing, they start backstepping immediately. And as you backstep, you lose the heel. But his backstep gives us a perfect reaction to set up a deeper cross ankle lock and just attack the side of his ankle, right? So against someone good, we set up to a knee. We definitely could attack backside heel hooks, but you always get them backstepping and it's really hard to capture it. Just remember, there's kind of a dilemma between a heel hook and cross ankle lock. If they defend the heel hook, the cross ankle lock is more variable. And if they defend the cross ankle lock, you can just switch back towards the heel hook. So from here, rather than lifting, we unlock the legs and we transition towards a position like this, right? And now we're gonna throw our leg up and over and weave it over his hamstring. We definitely could attack a heel hook, but for now, we're gonna keep the Achilles grip and turn onto our side. We could finish from here, but most people are gonna backstep. And as he backsteps, see where we end up? You just end up in a very deep leg locking position. And from here, make sure you're pinching your knee on the inside of his knee. If he can open your knees, that's where he can escape. So really emphasize pinching that knee down. So as he tries opening the knee, it's pretty tricky and he's stuck. Now we can turn towards the side, catch the foot, and think about breaking from here. That makes sense, guys? One more time. Build tight to a knee. We unlock. We pivot out towards the side. We throw our leg over. If he's not good, we just heel hook him. If he's better, we stay on the Achilles grip. We turn onto our side. And we break him towards this position. Yep. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. So we're looking at cross ankle locks today. I showed you one setup for the deeper cross ankle lock. Now we're gonna look at a setup for the more shallow cross ankle lock. So my opponent comes up on his knee, and same thing. I think the best option you can do, especially when your opponent builds height to your knee, is unlock your legs and pivot out towards the side. From this position, you have a bunch of options. You can take the back, you can attack heel hooks, you have a bunch of options. Now from here, we're gonna look at going into the shallow cross ankle lock. So this move works best when there's a slight bend in his leg. If my opponent's leg is really, really straight, right? I'm probably gonna attack knee bars and go towards the backside. But let's assume he's like kind of almost like pointing his knee up towards the ceiling, is doing things like this. I need another option. So from here, I use my knee to bring his knee shallow and look at my grip. I'm transitioning towards a very shallow cross ankle lock grip from here. I really wanna think about raising my forearms nice and high and getting high hand position. Now, I'm gonna come out of the open 50 and go back towards 50-50 and focus on pinching my knees as tight as possible. And now look where I end up. I end up in a really good cross ankle lock position. I'm probably not gonna finish him here, but I can start extending and rolling him through. And as he rolls through, the moment we land in this position, the pressure builds, I can break his leg from here, right? The more you roll through, the more the pressure will build, and eventually his foot will pop if everything is in the right position. So once more, my opponent builds tight towards the knee. We're unlocking and going to this open 50 position. I could throw in the backside, but if my opponent's opening up his knee like this, trying to climb my hips is very tricky. So if he's doing things like this, I can either take the back or I can attack this shallow cross ankle lock. So I bring my knee in and I use it to get the foot nice and shallow, right? Make sure your opponent's leg is somewhat bent. If it's straight, it's completely straight, it's gonna be very hard, but I could attack other moves like knee bars, right? So we're gonna assume it's slightly bent. High hands, shrug. And just throw your legs back towards the outside and focus on back heeling nice and tight. And the moment you back heel, pressure builds, he's gonna roll through, and as you land, you can get a lot of pressure in this position. That makes sense, guys? Yeah, 3, 2, 1.